Welcome to Stella's Meza, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a rice dish from Kenya or East African coast called jeera rice or cumin rice. Okay, jeera is a Swahili word for cumin. Now for this you will need 2 tablespoons of plain cooking oil, like I use canola, and over here on medium heat, actually I'm going to increase it. On medium heat I have 2 cloves of garlic that I minced finely and I'm letting them cook. Okay. And then you will need 2 tablespoons of cumin, whole cumin seeds now. Alright. And then you will need some salt to taste. And you need to soak like 1 cup of rice in just water. Clean it out, drain it, and then soak it for around 20 minutes. Okay. That way you make sure the rice grains come out nice and long and it'll look beautiful. And then for this you will need 2.5 cups of water. Okay. So now the cumin, the garlic has started to brown. I'm going to add in the cumin seeds. I'm just going to add a nice flavor to the rice. And you want to stir it around and keep stirring every other minute just to make sure it does not burn. As soon as you start smelling the cumin, the aroma of it, and you know it's time to add the rice. Okay, that means it's infusing its aromas into the oil that we put in there. And it smells wonderful. It's a very aromatic rice. Can be eaten with beef stew, can be eaten with chicken stew, any kind of sauce or stew that you have. And sometimes, like in Kenya, sometimes you don't feel like eating meat. What you can do is make a potato, carrot, and pea stew, curry stew that you can eat this with. So I'll teach you how to make that in a separate video. You can see the rice is coming along well. At this point, I'm starting to smell it. I don't want them to burn. I don't want the cumin seeds to burn. I'm going to add the rice. Remember, you soaked it for 20 minutes and then you drain the water off. So you just add it in with your clean hands. Remember, always use clean hands. Add into the oil. Make sure you see that water coming out. You don't want to put that in there. And careful because it splatters to burn you. So be very careful. Now, some people add potatoes, like finely diced potatoes, like 1 diced potato in there, but to me, the rice is already a carbohydrate. I don't need to add any more in there. So, if you like, you can add a diced potato in there. You just stir it around. And then I add 2 pinches of salt in there at this point. You can add this later after you taste your rice to see if it's salty enough for you. If it's not, you can add some more. Always remember to add a little bit of salt at a time, because you can always add more when the dish is done, as opposed to putting too much in the beginning and then you can't take that out of the pan. Okay? Now when you see that all the rice and the cumin are nicely mixed in there, you can now add your water. Now just so you know, the reason we put the oil into the rice, it really helps it become nice and separate. So you have this like single grains as opposed to all clumping together. And that makes for a beautiful rice dish. You can see the cumin didn't burn, it's still nice and brown, but the flavor is still there. You can definitely smell it. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to cover your pot and let it simmer on medium-high for around 20-25 minutes. And always come and check. Stir gently so you don't break up the grains of rice, and come and check and see. If you see that the bottom of the rice has started sticking to the bottom of the pan, what you do is you take the rice out, put it in an oven-safe dish, and then throw it in the oven at 200 degrees for around 10 minutes, just for the rest of the water to dry out. Alternatively, you can take a smaller pan than this, a smaller saucepan than this, add a little bit of water, kind of make a water bath, add a little bit of water, put it in a different eye of the stove, and then sit this over it and cover it. So the steam from the water coming from the bottom of the pot is going to cook the bottom of the rice and dry it out nice, but I prefer to put it in the oven, 250 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. All right, and you come back, I will show you the finished product. Back right before the break, we left our rice simmering, our cumin rice simmering on the stove on medium high for 20 minutes. Now when the water cooked down, I went ahead and transferred the rice into an oven safe dish and put it at 250 degrees into the oven. So I went ahead and pulled it out, and I have here a bowl, and then I have here my own bowl. Now if you can zoom in, look at that, you can see the little brown specks, that's the cumin seeds, and then you can see that the rice was white and now it's turned color, and that is due to the cumin being there. And I'm going to take a forkful, okay? You see how separate they are? That's what you want. You want them all fluffy. You don't want them all caked up, okay? So I'm going to take a bowl, and it smells wonderful. That's really good. The cumin lends itself wonderfully in the dish. And in the back, you can taste some of the garlic, and it is delicious, okay? So I hope you learned something new, and always think and eat outside the box. Don't let the name of the dish intimidate you. And join me next time while I take your taste buds on a culinary safari. Thank you.